Hi, I'm Sapphire of Sapphire Speaks, and I'm here with your oracle message for the day. So it was really on my heart to say, be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Like I had to learn to be patient with me. Be patient regarding releasing the things that no longer serve me. Be patient with me as I unlearned the things that no longer serve me, that weren't great for me. As I stopped telling myself the story of being a victim, of being someone who was abandoned and abused. I will say for a lot of us who have gone through a lot of things in life, be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself because you have years and years of those stories being told to you. And as you have walked this journey in life and you were whoever you were before all of this shit, those things manifested because those were the things that you believed about yourself, about your life. There are some of us who have believed that, all women are gold diggers. And so we have manifested people into our lives that are gold diggers. All men aren't shit. And so we've manifested these men, or we've attracted these storylines to go along with the dialogue that we are telling ourselves. That's how amazing we are. That's how amazing we are. So it's for you to see your power now, see the things that you have created around you, and to decide that you can make another decision if you so choose to. If the life or the way that you're living is not conducive for you, you can make another decision. You can choose to be happy. You can choose to be elated. You can choose to spend all of your days. Hey, I want to spend my days drinking mimosas, eating crabs. You can choose to. You can set the tone right now for the way that you want your life to go. But as you are in that transition, be patient with yourself. Be patient. The ebbs and flows of life. One moment you up, the next moment you down. One moment you feel some kind of way about everything. Be patient. Be patient with the person that you are walking towards. Be patient with the way that you are handling yourself. So the cards that came out, like there are so many cards in front of me. I'm probably gonna take a picture so you can see them, but there are so many cards. And it just lets me know that we are in the process of creating a new life. And so you have to be patient with yourself and make sure the story that you are telling is the story that puts you in the highest frame of mind. Because if you're telling yourself the story of being a victim, then you will recreate victim mentality situations. You will recreate situations in which you become a victim. One of the things that I learned, one of the things that I've learned, and life is so great, the creator is so great, is that as I am healing, as I'm walking towards the woman that I desire to be, as I'm showing up in this life that as the person that I desire to be, every situation is not conducive for me. It's like a person who is an alcoholic. When they first start becoming sober, it's not conducive for them to go out to bars because they may start drinking. So it's to realize what is conducive for you. It's to put yourself in those situations that are conducive for you. I hope I'm using this word in the right way. But it's to put yourself in these situations that are great for you and your healing. You're not, I don't want to say incubating, but that is a good word. Because as a baby who is, and that's what we're doing as we're walking towards what it is that we want. There are some people who can just, they got it. Okay, new mindset, new life, they got it. But there are some of us who have roots that are really deep. And so we have to incubate ourselves. We have to surround ourselves with certain types of things until we are fully into that person, or we fully stepped into that person of who we are. And we have that mindset that no matter what comes or what happens or whatever, I am not going to allow myself to be sidetracked by the bullshit. So if you must incubate yourself until you're strong enough, by all means do that. Relax the hold of darkness. Big bold vision. Listening for the truth. Spirals of manifestation. Against the grain. New birth. Guarded vigilantly. That's just what I stated. Listening for the truth. Power of attraction. Inner trust. Divine guidance. What do you feel? Relationships. Celebration. Transmutation. Balance. Creativity. Sorrow. Physical body. Abundance. Transience. Spiritual growth. Guardian. Meditation. Eternal flame. Tantric union. Earth connections. Moon tree. Relationship. Emergence. And the lower vibrations. Forbidden. Beauty. High priestess of spirit. Love. Vision. Letting go. And reminder. Come on. Spirit. Speak. Speak. Your moves, a lot of times your moves seem like you're just stepping into that way. You're just showing up. You're just doing what it is that you're supposed to do. You're just taking that leap of faith. You're just blindly you feel blindly walking into this thing, and it's because you are creating this narrative inside of yourself that this is what I want. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my focus on this thing so much until it has no choice but to manifest. As you are allowing that old thing, that old part of you, that old narrative to go, don't be so hard on yourself. I had to be so very patient with those aspects of me that looked at life in victim mentality, in victimhood. I had to be so very patient with myself as sometimes I slipped back. Sometimes I wasn't as strong as I thought I was. Sometimes I wasn't because those things have grip. This thing has been ingrained into your mind for so long. So to step into another place of being, to step into, no, this is what I deserve. It's not as easy for some of us. And the sorrow comes from that, releasing that old, looking at what it is that you have manifested into your life, listening to that, realizing the story that you were telling yourself, realizing the way that you were raising your kids, realizing that this life that you have for yourself in front of yourself, that you can create greater. Sometimes releasing that old thing is hard. Be patient with yourself. It's letting go card, allowing that shit to go when it shows you, when it shows its face. As we're asking for clarity, as we're asking for things to remain clear, as we're asking for these things it is that we want in our lives, we have to allow space. We have to make room for what it is that we want. I realized that the things that I wanted in my life, there were certain people that I wanted around. There were certain situations that I wanted into my life. And I realized that not everybody understands who you are. Not every situation is conducive to what you are trying to create. And that's okay. And so that sorrow is letting go. It's not always easy to let go. Listening for truth. I only want people around me who are about truth. As you are healing, you only want to be surrounded by real motherfuckers all day long. I don't want the lies. I want to see the truth. I want to see things clearly. I want to know what this is. These jobs. Y'all said y'all was gonna give me a raise. I've been here. Where the fuck is my raise at? The truth. Restore and replenish physical body as you are healing, as you are stepping into this newness, as you are renewing your mind and making different changes and making different choices and making different decisions, as you are incorporating better eating habits, as you are your palate is that of the person who desires and deserves what it is that you want in your life as you are incorporating those things into your body, as you are renewing yourself, your spirit, your heart, restore and replenish. Trust yourself. You are being divinely guided. You're being divinely guided. This thing that is giving birth inside of you, guard it vigilantly. Incubate it if you must. Don't tell everybody your steps. Keep people around you who you trust. There is so much abundance here as you are walking into it, as you are creating it. This tantric union is not only, we think of tantra. We think of tantra. We think of tantra, we think of sex. Hey, it can be sex too. But as you are romancing this individual, romancing yourself, romancing this life, get get into creating, get into fall in love with creating who this person that you want to be. Fall in love with the idea of what it looks like, what it feels like. Fall in love with showing up every day for your life. Fall in love with the idea of stepping into that thing. Excuse me. Fall in love with that idea. I start saying, I'm loving this new woman that I am. I'm loving the things that she loves. I love her taste. I love her style. I love how she shows up. I love her strength. I love her wisdom. I love how she can look at this life and she can now look back on the things that she had and she realized that every situation she put in, every situation that she has encountered in her life was an experience and a building block for where she is going and the life that she is creating. What story are you telling yourself? That's the story I'm telling myself. There's celebration here. Celebration. And the thing is that I've been teaching myself and my daughter is to celebrate, is to be grateful. Find 5 things to be grateful for every day. Because as you become more grateful, you attract. Is there an attraction? Yeah, power of attraction. You attract more things for you to be grateful about. In this transmutation, we are taking this shit that we have, again, these experiences that we have been through, and we're transmuting them into life lessons so that we can be prepared for what it is that we are going towards next. This job that I have has taught me, okay, you know what? I like these type of hours. So when I start my business is going to revolve around these type of hours. My job has taught me how to be patient and kind to people, so that when I start my business and it's thriving and popping, I'll know how to speak to my customers and clients. I'll know how to show up. I'll know how to be prepared. I'll know how to be the person I'm supposed to be. This big bold vision, come on. I think there are a couple of vision cards here. Eternal flame, this abundance, spiritual growth. We are healing. We are becoming something anew. This is what they were talking about in the Bible. When they talk about a changed mind, when they talk about renewing of your mind, they talk about releasing the old and walking into something new, realizing that you are deserving of something new, realizing that you can create and manifest something new. And this is not just for me, this is not just I woke up overnight and this is out. No, this was a ebb and flow type situation, because those old ways, we've done those for so long, they have roots in us. So sometimes you wake up crying. So sometimes you wake up angry. Sometimes you wake up sad. It's okay to feel your feelings. What do you feel? Be open and honest about what it is that you feel. Show up in your life as the person who is able to communicate how I feel. But to not allow those feelings to dictate who you are. I feel angry. I don't have to be an angry person. I feel like I was a victim and I became a victim. And so my life started to manifest victim situations. I manifested victim situations. No, I can feel another way. I can feel another way. I can create another thing. I can allow myself to walk into these life experiences. These jobs are experiences. These situations are experiences. And I can enjoy my experience in this situation as I decide whether or not this is a situation that's conducive for me. As I become clear about what it is that I want in my life and who I want in my life and the type of experiences that I want of this life, things get clear for me. What are you saying to yourself? What is your narrative? Transmute the fuck out of that shit. Come on. Show up in this high priestess of spirit. It's our conversation with our God. Our conversation within us, our conversation with our inner gods, us talking to our ancestors, meditation. Come on, meditation. I'm very highly into meditation. Very highly into going within myself and looking at those situations, looking at myself. No, I no longer want to show up in life like this. Give me the strength to show up as who I'm supposed to be. Give me the strength to release everything that is no longer conducive for me. Allow me to let it go easily and effortlessly. I appreciate it for the experience that it brought into my life. Again, people, places, things, situations. I appreciate it for the experience it brought into my life. I am open to receiving greater. And then it's to allow these situations that come into your life to show themselves as you are healing, to allow these situations to heal as well. Allow them to transform. Fall in love with manifesting the fuck out of your life. Fall in love with showing up as that person who you want to be. Hey, I want to have a person in my life who loves on me and respects me and this and that. And so I show up in life as that person because I'm attracting that person. I'm creating a business that is loving and compassionate with people. And so I'm showing up in life as a person who's compassionate. I want people in my life that I can trust. And so I show up in my life and other people's lives as people they can trust. What narrative are you telling yourself? Because you have to understand that, the power of attraction, it works both ways. If you're telling yourself this negative story, you can put on all the facades that you want to. You can act like you don't believe in. There are some people who don't believe in karma. You don't have to. But if you're showing up with a mask on and you're showing up as somebody who, and again, this is for me because I have worn a mask in many situations. But if you're showing up with this mask on and you are really not that, you really don't believe that you are this version of yourself that you are showing up as, then these people, what you are going to see is people who seem to have this mask on, who are not believing what it is that they say that they're going to be. That's how beautiful life is. It's like people who get caught stealing and all of that. Deep down inside, they know what they're doing is wrong, which is why you got caught. And if you're the person who believes your own lie, you're meeting people who believe their own lies. It's why you can't trust people. Because deep down inside, you know you're lying. Like the duality of life is so beautiful. The duality of life is so beautiful. And that's why it's so important for you to show up. And people are like, oh no, I would never do this for my husband. I would never treat my boyfriend the same way as I treat my husband. No, I'm showing up as the person for me that I want to be, because I know that once that person steps into my life, steps into that position, I have done the work. I have showed up as this person. I have went to therapy. I have learned how to communicate. I have done the steps that I was supposed to do to attract the thing it is that I am supposed to attract. So I've done the work because that's what I desire. That's what I want. I have to say a big shout out to Eric, who has been doing these men in matrimony classes, which are men that are preparing for marriage. Like, that's a beautiful thing. That's putting the work in now for the thing it is that you want. For people who are going to school, you're putting in the work to learn something new, to prepare yourself for the thing it is that you are manifesting, that you desire, that you want. What narrative are you telling yourself? People who are getting their credit repaired so that they can get the things it is that they want. I'm showing up in my life as the person that I desire to be because I am attracting the thing it is that I want in my life. So be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself as you are releasing that old timeline. Be patient with yourself as you are telling yourself another story. Be patient with yourself as you are letting those old things go. Be patient with yourself as you are learning new ways and incorporating new things. I encourage you to indulge in your hobbies, indulge in things that make you laugh, that make you smile. I encourage you to indulge in new practices, learn new ways, open up a book, open your mind to something else. I encourage you to learn new things with your kids. Me and my daughter are doing this reprogramming lesson in which we reprogram our mind for success. Because I started later on, I'm helping her so she can start now. Because as we go through this life, there are so many distractions, and we can go, oh, the lights, oh, this is beautiful, oh, this is, and before we know it, we look up and we feel like, oh, okay, I'm off my path. And we got to circle back around, get back on that path. And so I am helping her with this. I am helping myself with this. Again, some of these situations have roots in them. And so there are more steps that we have to take. But I encourage you to fall in love with yourself, fall in love with life, fall in love with manifesting, fall in love with, your experiences. Allow yourself to say, oh, okay, this was an experience I had. It was fun. It was real. Next. No, I want something better. No, I want something that makes me laugh. No, I want to feel supported. No, I want to feel this way. No, I this was great. I'll take this quality in this situation, but I'd like it like this. And to also realize that some of the things that we are doing are absolutely contrast. Take a look at what it is that you want and see whether or not they're contrasting situations. I want the freedom to do whatever it is that I want to and to go wherever it is that I want to, but I want to be stable and locked down in something. Okay, so do you want freedom or do you want what is it that you want? And a lot of times our life is like, okay, I'm trying to give you, okay, what do you want? Make a decision. I know my life is. I know. What do you want? So be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. Hold that vision in your heart. For those of us who have gone through things, I need you to get very clear about what your vision is. Be very clear about what it feels like. Be very clear. Stop talking about what it's not. Don't talk anymore about what it's not. Start talking about what it is, what it makes you feel like. What does it do? Does it lift you up? Does it empower you? Does it embrace you openly? Is it receptive to your needs? Like, get very clear about those things. Okay, guys, I don't want to make this message any longer because you know a girl can talk. But I hope you got something out of the message. I hope that you are being patient with yourself. Please, 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 please. Um, yeah, please be patient with yourself. Please be patient with your manifestations as they are unfolding, because there are some things that take time. They need to be in alignment with you, and those things can take time. But get very clear about what it is that you want. Stop talking about what you don't want. Stop talking about how you don't have money, we don't want to hear no more of that. Everybody's